Uy, andito na pala si Isaac tsaka si Loribel eh.
Hi guys!
Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Kumusta?
Uy, sorry, na-late kami. Nag-online inuman ba tayo?
Nalate na nga tayo kung ano-ano pong kalokohan mo.
Ba't ka nagagalit sa akin? Dami ko kayang tinulong sa grupo natin. Ako kaya yung kasama ni Carrie nung gabing yun, tsaka ako yung nagpainom sa kanya ng madami.
So ikaw ang kasama ni Carrie?
Oo, I was hitting on her.
Ano? So, you know what happened to her?
Oo, mag-spill ako ng mga secrets. Alam ko kung sinong gumawa niyan kay Carrie.
You knew all this time? Eh, sino yung nag-upload ng video?
Bro, chill. Hindi ako yung nag-upload ng video. But admit it na nakakainis si Carrie. Kaya okay lang talaga na mawala siya.
Ha? Baliw ka ba? Are you serious?
Loko to si Isaac. Ha? Ano
Ha?
ka?
Ano yan? Sino yung pumapasok? May in-invite ba na iba?
Wala akong in-invite
Exclusive ko
ba?
lang to.
Isaac ha? Aminin mo, Isaac.
Uy hindi ako yan. I-decline nyo na lang kaya.
Sino ba to? Okay, para matapos na to lahat, all of you hands up.
Hindi ako yun talaga.
Tama na guys, stop it. Hindi na nakakatuwa to.
What the? Ano
Uy,
ba
uy,
yan?
Ilaw.
Umami na kayo. Sino gumagawa nito?
Ano ba talagang nangyari?
Hindi nga ako yun. I was high that time. We were just having fun. Carrie asked me if we could go somewhere and I followed her. And we're doing freaky things. Then suddenly, a person grabbed a knife and slit Carrie's throat. I was shocked and binlockmail niya ako.
How could you hide this?
Bakit hindi ka nagsumbong sa pulis?
How could you do this to Kari? Now there's some random person trying to prank us on her death anniversary.
What is this Iskari trying to contact us from other world?
Well, sino pa ba? Ang tagal na nating tinago tong sikreto na to ah.
Wait, did you just say we? I'm not part of this.
Are you guys out of your mind? Iniisip nyo talagang si Kari to? Patayin na siya. A dead person can call when they are 6 feet below the ground. What? Oh my God.
Hala, sino yung nagchat-chat?
I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving.
Ano ba?
Oh my God.
Bakit siya nandito? Bakit?
Anong kalokohan ba talaga to?
Whoever this is, stop it.
I'm leaving the house. I don't care anymore about Kari. Okay? She's already dead, so why bother?
Тили-тили бом, закрой глаза скорее.
Oh my God!
Carrie!
Shit!
Come on guys. Maging honest naman kayo. Sino ba kasi nag-share ng post?
Jolar, let's say the truth.
Okay, I was with Isaac when Carrie died. Nakita ko siya na siya yung nag-video. But Isaac got scared to tell you guys and so did I. Ang mali ko, I shared the video with Karina.
Kasalanan ko, shinare ko yung video kay Denmark.
Ano?
Oh my gosh, you guys are unbelievable. Hindi ako makapaniwala sa lahat ng to. Lahat kayo mga traidor.
O ano na ngayon? Sino na yung magiging next target?
Ano? Anong next target? Denmark's death was an accident, hindi yun related dito.
Sino bang gagawa nito? Paano pag ako na yung susunod?
Ano ba? Ikalma mo lang yung sarili mo at huwag kang aalis sa call na to.
Kapag may na-receive kayo na notification, sabihin nyo lang kaagad.
Teka lang, nagugutom ako guys. Pumunta muna ako sa kusina.
Sige, sige.
Guys, may na-receive ako message. Ako na yata yung sunod.
Buksan mo.
Si Loribel lang pala.
Karina, bakit parang
Karina, yung nasa likod mo.
Karina! Oh my God!
Uy, Karina! Ano nangyari?
Isaac, Karina just died in front of our eyes.
Kung sino ka man, pwede bang tigilan mo na kami?
Bakit ba ito nangyayari?
Hindi ko alam. Sabihin na lang kaya natin sa pulis lahat.
Tawagan muna natin si Loribel. Baka she's might be in danger too. Ano ba't di ka sumasagot?
Закрой глаза.
Jolar? Teka, tatawagan ko nga si Loribel.
Ano na?
Patay na si Jolar. Si Karina din.
What did you say? How come they died?
Sobra na to. Ang dami na ng kaibigan nating namatay. Sorry Loribel ha. Ako talaga may kasalanan kung bakit tayo nasa ganitong sitwasyon eh.
Don't say that, don't say that. Let's just find a way to end this. Matatapos din lahat ng to.
Sino pa? Ano bang gusto mo sa amin?
Isaac? Are you still there? Are you okay? Isaac? What is happening to you?
Good morning, class. Can you hear me?
Yes, Doc.
Yes po, Doc.
Morning.
Good morning. Have you watched the movie?
Yes po, Doc.
Good. So, what do you say about the movie? Where do the Pina and the shadow effect apply?
Doc, Pina effect is shown in the part where the truck hit Denmark's car and also in the scene where the swaying of chandeliers created a loud sound.
Good, Judy. How about the shadow effect? Anyone from the class? Anyone?
Doc, I think it's the scene where Jolar heard the sound change and the part where Isaac was hearing the loud screams po.
So you've seen in the movie how the sound plays an important role. So let me share my screen some animation about sound transmission.
Sound transmission. Sound waves are audible pressure waves caused by the disturbance in the air.
How do we hear?
Sound transmission starts when the pinna collects and directs sound waves internally, going through the auditory canal, striking the tympanic membrane, making it vibrate. Movement of the tympanic membrane causes displacement of the auditory ossicles. The ossicles in the middle ear will function as amplifiers, linking the tympanic membrane with the oval window of the cochlea. The vibration will move the footplate of the stapes into the oval window, establishing pressure waves in the perilimb of the vestibular duct. These pressure waves will displace the basilar membrane and will cause pushing of the hair cells against the positively charged endolith. The stereocilia of hair cells hit the tectorial membrane and its bending towards the kinocilium will open the mechanically gated potassium channels, allowing the influx of positively charged potassium ions, causing depolarization of the membrane. Voltage-gated calcium channels will then open, and calcium stimulates the release of vesicles containing the neurotransmitter glutamate through exocytosis. Electrical impulse will then be transmitted via the cochlear branch of the cranial nerve 8 to the auditory cortex, which will interpret the characteristics of the sound.
That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, class, do you have any questions?
Doc, I have a question po. Does the shape of pinya affect the transmission of the sound?
That's a good question. Pina helps funnel sound waves into the auditory canal. Sounds coming directly in front of the individual differs from the quality from those coming from behind because it is angulated and is turned slightly forward. In addition to that, reflections of the sound waves from the penile surface changes sound moves up or down. And the change in the sound wave is primarily a factor in localizing sound in the vertical plane.
So, Doc, are you saying that because of the orientation of the pinna, the sound in front can easily be localized than the sound coming from behind?
Yes, that's right. This is applicable in higher frequency sound waves. So, are there any observations in the movie that you want me to clarify?
In the movie, I observed how sensitive the ears are in terms of sound stimulus. And I also have a question. How can the orientation of the head affect the transmission of sound? Is there a term for that?
Great observation, Mr. Saavedra. In addition to the Pina effect, there is such a thing called shadow effect. It is stated simply that the ear facing the sound source hears it louder than the ear facing away from it, because this casts a sound shadow. It is because the sound waves will be partially blocked by the head, causing that to reduce the loudness in the other side of the ear. But if the sound source is straight ahead, there will be no difference in the intensity of the sound. This usually happens if there is a high-frequency sound wave.
Doc, does the sound can be heard in both ears at the same time?
Actually, if the person is looking straight from the source, the sound reaches both the ears at the same time. However, if the source is at his side, the sound will first transmitted at the ear that is close to the source. And this function is best at low-frequency sound waves. So, do you have any more questions?
None po.
None na po, Doc.
Thank you po.